take care of the long tone. The long tone will take care of you. My first teacher, he drilled that into my head. An old school jazz cat, Freddy Lee. If you want to play, you got to be for real. Using the vernacular of the day. I'm for real, Julius. No, you know I want to play, man. Look, Freddie, it's not a question, because only you know that. And I was okay with that. You know, I looked up to this brother, little short cat, had a cigar in his mouth all the time. I never saw him light it. You know, walked around like a tough guy. You know, hat broken down, he stood straight. I met Julius when I was 15 years old. He was in his 30s. And look, I stayed with him for 3 years. And I started looking up to him like a big brother. Now we lived together, shot dope together, moved to San Francisco together. Now my last lesson with Julius was on Ocean Beach. It was cold, it was windy, and he had me playing for 2 hours. Look, Freddie, play the long tone. Open up your eyes. Now look at that note. Going out in the ocean straight, even, fat, pretty. That's you. You're doing that. And I understand. Finally understood what he meant about the long tone. Freddie, you're putting your whole life through this little hole here. Take care of the long tone will take care of you. But I didn't take care of the long tone. My heroin habit was my priority. I was boosting, I was shoplifting. I looked out for Julius when I could. Then I started selling drugs. And with drugs came guns and prison. 18 years old, I was on my way to prison. Well, there goes success. Well, success now is how do I survive this bid? On the bus to San Quentin, I'll tell you, San Quentin at that time, that was known as one of the most notorious prisons in the United States. There's some fear there. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to hide it. But nobody said nothing. And I felt that prison, man. I felt it before I saw it. When I saw it, I couldn't believe what I saw. They had flowers planted out in front, other shrubbery, trees. And I'm saying, what the hell is this? Is this a prison beautification project? I said, because whatever it is, those gun towers, cancel all that out. From that point on, we were under the gun. Getting out of the bus, we were under the gun. Being processed under the gun. Showering. Walking across the yard under the gun. Even in the block, in our cells, in our bunk. The block, 5 tiers. And 2 catwalks on the perimeter, where the COs, the correction officers, would patrol the catwalk with their rifle. You get out of line, you could get shot. Life was different. I remember the first time I went to the lower yard. That's the big yard. Going down the stairs. See the basketball courts here. The new gym there. The iron pile there. So many people dressed in blues. So many people all around. And I'm looking, I said, man, I don't have any homies. I'm not from California. I'm from New York. So where do I fit in? Now I'm looking straight ahead and I see a track around the perimeter of a field. So I start walking. Feels good. I start jogging. Then I start running. And I ran for the entire period. I mean, I'm young, I could handle it. But at the same time, I'm checking things out. Saying blacks here, Mexicans there, whites over there, and you can see who the shot callers were. Checking all this out, I found where I belonged. Yeah, by running. That's where I belong. I finally met somebody that I knew from the streets, Walter. Now, Walter was an old con. Now, I say that with the utmost respect. See, the way I was oriented, the old timers told me, look, short jab, there's a difference between a convict and an inmate. Simply put, a convict is more thorough. That was definitely Walter. Walter used to drop that knowledge on us in the streets, us young brothers. They're dropping those golden nuggets, and I could definitely use a few of those nuggets right now. And I was happy to see the brother, but I'm not gonna run up on him and shaking hands and hugging all on him, brother. One thing, shaking hands, you may get a bad decision. The COs think you're passing something. Plus, I ain't want nobody touching me anyway. Walter, what's happening, brother? He looked at me like I was from Mars. Then he got right to it. He said, short jab, I heard what happened out there. And you did not have to handle your business like that. Then there was silence. And he looked at me like a father to a son, like grandfather to grandson. And the look he had, you could see the disgust, the pain, the anger. And he says, look, short dad, one brother's dead, and you're in here. That's two brothers they don't have to worry about, huh? Then he spun and he walked. I don't ever recall anybody talking to me like that. Maybe they did. I wasn't ready to accept it. I said, wow, what did I do? Man, I'm the sucker. What did I do? I did not have to do that. Later on in life, I learned that internalized depression played a big part in this. Oh, I take full responsibility for my actions. Yeah. So sorry that happened. Yeah. One of my favorite pastimes was giving the state back some of this time. Yeah. It was only 15 years. But it was kicking my ass. I wasn't going to let people know that there's guys doing life, double life, 40, 50 years in any other combination. It would be a bad look if I spoke about that, how I was kicking my butt. But I found a way. I lived in the East Block at the time. They had cells, two sides of the block with the catwalks, two catwalks. Now, from your cell, if you look on the far side of the catwalk, there's the windows. And some guys, they found it necessary to throw various items at the windows and break them. Now, you could see through the bars and the broken windows, you could see a little bit of ocean. You can see a boat every now and then. And you can see part of a seagull wing every now and then flapping by. Now, I thought that was huge. I felt like I was on the ship, man. So I read in the National Geographic. They said that sea otters, those sea rodents, that they lay on their back, and after they catch their fish, the shellfish, they put it on their chest, they take a utensil, a rock, and they bust it open and they eat it and float around. Enjoy it. I said, man, how cool. What a hustle. I mean, it's like rewarding. All I could say. Well, I got in the sea automotive. I laid down. I made a cup of some hot carnation milk. Laid on my bunk. Put some vanilla wafers on my chest. Real vanilla wafers. It's not this new stuff, vanilla wafers. But that's another story altogether. And I would dip the vanilla wafers into the milk. Looking out. Yeah, looking out, seeing at the ocean. And I'd eat them. I was one with the sea otter. That's right. Sea rodent on the Riviera. Then I hear this sound. I know what it is, but I do not want to hear that. The damn long tone. So I hadn't played the trumpet since the day I got arrested. You know, I felt like a piece of crap, man. You know, I disappointed people, and most of all, I disappointed myself. I didn't even listen to the radio. And here we go. I can't get rid of that sound. Come on, man, stop it. I was able to squash it for a little while. And I grabbed the paper, newspaper, San Quentin News that was on my bunk. Opened it up, holding open auditions for the San Quentin Stage Band. Damn, what is going on here? It was like some involuntary movement, like something could grab me and yank me out of the bunk. Milk went everywhere. Vanilla wafers went everywhere. And I found myself standing with a piece of paper, where it came from, I don't know, in a pen. I wrote my lady a note. Dear Alice, please send my horn as soon as possible. Love, Fred. When the horn arrived, I played nothing but the long tone. Now, I played a couple of scales, but mainly the long tone. And then I would look at it, get acquainted with it, get to know it again, feel it. At times, I felt like I was back on the beach with my teacher, an ocean beach. The night of the audition, they popped my cell. When I walked out on the tier, I'm the only one out there. This is weird. Not used to that. It's usually people going somewhere, going to work, going to eat. I'm out there. Am I being set up? So I cautiously walked down the stairs to the rotunda. Show the CO in the bubble my ducket. Show him my pass. I walked to he pops the gate. And I walked to the edge of the rotunda momentarily. And I'm realizing, man, that it's dark out. I'm gonna be walking by myself, and I'm gonna be walking under the stars by myself. Now we know that the gun is we're still under the gun. We know that. But I don't want to look at them. Hey, Johnson, let's move it. Let's move it, huh, Johnson? I step out the upper yard. I feel like I just gotten paroled. So I have that freedom of mobility. And I'm walking towards the mess hall, and I hear a guitar, trombone player, and a drummer. Man, that music is sounding so good. The melody, harmony, the voicing, the rhythms. I'm taking it all in. I'm drinking it all in. I want to play now. The closer I get to the mess hall, the better it sounds. And when I walk in the mess hall, culture shock. You know what I'm saying? People, 2 or 3 people together, working things out, person by themselves, trumpets over there doing their stuff, loud, getting on people's nerves, you know, typical big band stuff. What gets me is that, man, I see it's only about 30 people in there, for one thing. Usually I'm seeing hundreds of people. But the races are mixing together voluntarily. They're not beefing. I personally didn't see that before. And they're making music, man. They got this creative vibe going on. Now they would mix together for business only. And I'm looking, I don't know how long I was standing there. This guy walks up to me. So are you here for the audition? Yes, I'm looking for Jerry Garcia. That's me. Big Mexican cat. I like his demeanor though. This type of guy though, type of people that you look at, you say, nice guy, but I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him. He was dressed in blues like me. I was expecting somebody from the outside, in street clothes. And this is Jerry, I found out later. It's not Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead, by the way, but Jerry Garcia from East LA. I found that out later, just to let you know that. I'll put it to you this way. I had to audition for Jerry and Jerry only. I didn't do very well. I was okay with that. I did my best. At least I had the horn. I was going to get better. Jerry looks at me and says, man, I'm a trumpet player. Perked up a little bit. He said, he got that trumpet player vibe going on. He says, look. I said, he knows what it means to put your life through this little hole right here. He knows what it means. Jerry knows. Play me a long tone, short jab. I knew I could do that. Jerry looked at me and with the slightest nod. He gave me that nod of approval. I made it, man. I'm in the band. Success even in prison. If I didn't know better, and I say this again, man, if I didn't know better, I could swear that was the same long tone that I played on Ocean Beach. I mean, after all, Julius did say that it's out there in the universe forever. I don't know. I don't know, but I do know this, that I'm still riding that long tone.